Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the speaker for Universal University. I'm the second debater, Roland. So now I would like to review with all I want. So what the government has proposed to us is that has told us is that it's for real democracy to survive. No, democracy itself means that it's a system which it is governed by the whole population. So if you want real democracy to survive, you will not limit your vote to anyone. So in theory, a real democracy that you mean is that it's not democracy. If you're going to go with the real democracy, you're going to you're going to let kids vote, and that's not good. Well, so that's why, first of all, real democracy doesn't exist. And my next point is that people already have a standardized knowledge for political knowledge. So if you like to limit people again by a test, it doesn't actually matter, because when you're talking about political knowledge, it doesn't amount much. It's basically just scoring your ideologies. Am I right? Yep. So the next one is limiting people is fine in general. I mean, yeah, that's why we don't let felons vote, right? So that's fine. We can also let people that's only the age above 18 to vote, because that's only when they are old enough to know what is going on, so they know what to do. So that's it. So what? And you're trying to say that political knowledge is very important, but did you know that politicians are mostly very vague about their policies? When they say that they're going to be as open as possible, they're not even open at all. So it's when you're saying that people with general political knowledge will be able to vote better, doesn't actually matter. People that's very smart in political knowledge, or somebody that's very has no knowledge in politics, they will have mostly, if not none, if not non-existent difference in their votes. Why? Because politicians itself are already very vague. You can't tell what they're going to plan. They can say one thing about their policy and they're going to do this in their time. So it's not actually what politicians says during their campaign isn't actually important, because they're mostly not even going to fulfill it. Like you say, Trump, make America great again. I mean, people fall for that, and you can blame political knowledge. But if you even have political knowledge, all you have to do is, I mean, the only way we know, the only time that we were able to differ Trump, that's good and that's bad, is because people with political knowledge, if you say that votes against him, they know that the only difference that they know about Trump's policies are that Trump's past. That's all. They know that Trump has been a very bad person, and that's it. People who doesn't know Trump at all, they'll be deceived by his words. But did he fulfill his policies? Yes, he fulfilled his policies, and people are already people. That's why a lot of people voted for him, because, well, if you want to go to we're not going to be biased on political perspective. So to make sure everything's fine, Trump already fulfilled most, if not all, of his policies. And you can say that it's bad, you can say that it's good, but he definitely made something. Either if it is something that's from the previous government, or it's the one that he made during his government. So that's the both sides of the coin. So that's it. And I think, well, yeah, we would like to say that there are no real democracy, since you're already taking voting rights from people in the first place. Real democracy didn't survive at all. If you're going to let real democracy survive, you're going to let felons, even felons, underage people, minors, people with criminal records to vote, and that's that's not really what we want to do, right? If you want real democracy to survive, that's what you're going to do. And that's not something that's possible, because if you're going to do that, you're just going to make it worse. Here's what we propose for something that's we propose something that's better if you want people to have better political knowledge, so that they will vote better rather than having a standardized test. So here's it. First of all, if you want to limit people, you have to make sure that they're not a felon, which we're already doing right now, felon and not minors. And secondly, we will have to, you're going to say standardized tests, but in the end, you're going to only, it's like asking somebody to do math, because, it's like basically the same. Make sure that you know what's the difference between ideologies, right? So what we have to do right now is to put amendments to the rules. We will have to implement new rules. Here's something better. Why not if we make sure that what they say during their during their campaign, they'll have to do it, most of it. No, not most of it, all of it. If we're going to make sure that they do all of it, if not after their during their time, if they didn't do it, they'll face jail time after their government. That's a very smart way, because if that way you can make sure that they will have to do what they said during their campaign. So what they say won't be empty promises to the people. And secondly, rather than limiting people, that's by whether they're smart or not, how about if we just limit people whether they're good or not, like what we're doing right now. Since we're already felons and minors won't be able to vote, that's already good. And if you're going to implement the new system, which is the new rule, which is the governing side, after in their time they have to do all of their policies, if not they're going to face jail time. This tree will already ensure that better results than having a standardized test. That's it for me. Thank you.